Hey guys, it is Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com. Today we're going to finish our look at Reelin in the Years by Steely Dan. So we're going to learn this last interlude section, which all we really have to learn of it now is the endings, because we've taken a look at the first interlude section. It's the same, it's just those little endings are the little variations, so it's like the last measure of each one. And then we're going to take a look at the outro solo real quick. It's just really about 4 different licks that he repeats a lot. So it's going to be a lot easier to learn than the first solo. All right, so let's take a look here at these interlude sections. Now we have immediately both harmony parts are there. So we have the low harmony part, which I just played. So it's the same. All right, now here, this first ending here, if you've gone through the little sequence there, it gets this quick 4-0 on the D string to set up for the legato lick that ends it the first time through. So the first of those, it's like a quick little. So you just want to do a quick pull off between 3, 2, and 0 on the B string. Over to the 2nd fret on the G. So you're always going to resolve this 2nd fret of the G. So we have this. Then you're going to go to the 5th fret and play 5, 2, 0 on the B. A little quick little pull off. Down to the 2 on the G. Then back to the 3, 2, 0 pull off. And back to the G, the 2nd fret on the G. So we have this. All right, and from there we're going to pull off 5, 2, 0 on the high E string. Over to 2 on the G. So we have this. Slower. All right, now the second time through the low harmony guitar part, we have the same ending that I talked about in the last video, which was the. So it's that version where you're pulling off 3 to 2 on the B, to 2 on the to the G, and then pulling off 5 to 0. And then 2. And you also go into that a little differently. Instead of going 4, 0 on the D, and then the quick little pull-offs, it goes 4 on the D to 2 on the G, and then sets up for that. So that's kind of the standard ending that we talked about for the low harmony part. Now the high harmony part has the same thing as well. Now here we have the first ending for the high harmony part, which is pretty crazy. It looks like this. All right, did you get that? All right, I'll move on. Anyway, let's go through real quick. We're gonna pull off 7 to 5 to 0. Now it's the same timing, by the way, as. All right, so we're gonna have this. The pull off 7, 5 to the open string, and then have the open G resolve there. And then we're going to pull off 10 to 7 on the B, 10, 7, 0. And while you have that 0, you're going to resolve it to the 5th fret on the G. So we have this. Then we're going to play the 7, 5, 0 one again. To the 6th fret on the G is what you're resolving to. So we have this. So this was pretty crazy. And then you're going to jump up to 9, 7 on the high E. So you're going to pull off 9, 7, 0. And then to the open B string. So we have this all together. One more time. One more time. All right, then we go back through the same section again. And then here, this last ending's a lot easier. You're gonna do a quick little pull off just to set it up, 2 to 0 on the G, and then you're gonna have this. So it's like. All right, now that is a lot easier to play than the first ending of that high harmony part. That's going to be a pull off from 2 to 0 on the high E, over to 2 on the B string, and then pull off 5 to 0 on the high E, resolve to that 2 again on the B, and just repeat those again. So this. All right, now we finally made it to the outro solo here. Now the outro solo happens, I'm not exactly sure, it's the last thing in the song. You guys can figure it out. Anyway, but it's a pretty, the rhythm part underneath it is this very similar to something we did earlier. So it's just revolving. So you've played that before from earlier in the song. He just kind of goes between those 2 chords, and then, you know, till it fades out. All right, now the actual solo sounds like this. Really kind of just repeats that little figure. You'll hear some pentatonics. I'll talk about that at the end. But so anyway, we're going to start with this lick, which is sliding into the from 5 to 7 on the B, over to 5 on the high E a couple times, back to 7 on the B. So it's a 4-beat measure, series of measures, but he comes in with that every 3rd beat. So it's always happening a little bit earlier in the measure. And after the 4th one, he does a quick little slide up the fretboard and then does that lick again. So it's 5 times you do the lick, and he has that little kind of quick slide in there. And then we get to our next lick, which looks like this. All right, so this is a nice little left hand exercise. It's going to just be between the notes 5, 7, and 8 on the high E string. You're going to start on 7. So it's a 4-note lick. You're going to pick 7, hammer on 8, pull off to 7, and pull off to 5. So I have this. So just repeat that. Like, you know, 7 times or whatever. And then he starts taking the lick across strings. So basically you're just taking it to the B string, and then the G. So this, after you do it like 7 times, and then back to the high E string, back to the B. And when he turns around real quick, he does a quick pull off, but you can just do the lick again. It sounds like he's probably going for that. So we have this so far. So basically, I went back there and did the last part of it. So after you're doing this for a few times, 7 times, then go the B string and G string with that lick, then back to the high E, go across the top 3 strings again with, and then do it one more time. And then resolve it to the 7th fret on the D. And then we have a little melody on the G string, which starts with just 7, 6, then pull off 7, 6. So we have this. And then from there, we just hit 7 twice, followed by 6 once, 3 times. So this. You can pull off some of those if you want, whatever. And then we get to the last lick that's before it really fades out in the song, which is just the standard blues lick. So he does that bend to the 7th fret on the B on the G string, and then 5th fret on the B to the 5th fret on the high E. So you repeat that for a few measures, and then he just starts instead of just doing single notes, it's the top 2 strings. It's just a double stop. All right, and then as he's fading out, it'd probably just kind of descending in like kind of a pentatonic way, all right, or like a kind of a blues scale, whatever. So that song has a lot of guitar parts in it. So hopefully you guys can get through this, and you have somebody help you play those harmony parts, and I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun to play as soon as you get it all together. In any case, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.